Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Space Monkey Mafia here, and today we are doing r/IAmVerySmart. Live, Jane Doe, a deer, a female deer. As an educated person, I appreciate the Jane Doe deer joke. Clever editing. No, stop. You are not smart. Anyone who has ever seen a crime show knows that unidentified female bodies are called Jane Doe. Unidentified male bodies are called John Does. Surprise. I know a 6-year-old who knows this. Normal people use kids as an example, but literally some idiot let their 6-year-old watch a crime show, and now that kid knows what a Jane Doe is, which they shouldn't at that age, but they do. That's a whole different topic. Anyway, why are you like this? Because I'm not like you. I'm not like anybody. I'm cursed with knowledge. Who are you like? I have too much of an understanding of things. Being intelligent is pitiful. It's impossible. Go sit back and not think about anything. My mind races. Personally, I think this sounds a whole lot more like anxiety than intelligence. If you can't get your thoughts under control, try some, relaxation techniques. Some little, what's it called? Try some, I guess my brain isn't racing. I can't think of it. What is it? What's it called? It starts with an M. Mindfulness stuff. Meditation. Try some meditation, alright? 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1. 143. Technically, it is possible for 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 to equal 1. Imagine assigning the speed of light a value of 1, and any other speed is displayed as a fraction of light speed. Now, imagine 5 objects, A, B, C, D, and E. A is stationary. From A's perspective, B is moving at light speed. From B's perspective, C is moving at light speed in the same direction. From C's perspective, D is moving at light speed in the same direction, and likewise for D and E. Now, what is E's speed from the perspective of A? In classical mechanics, we would add their speeds together. For instance, if they were all moving at 10 miles an hour instead of light speed, we could add 10 + 10 + 10 + 10 to get 40 miles per hour. However, thanks to relativity, no object can view another object moving faster than light. So, when we try to add their speeds together, we still get light speed, or in this case, 1, because we've assigned the number 1 to light speed. So basically, we get 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1. First of all, you shouldn't really assign a value, especially I'm pretty sure 1 would technically be a constant in this case. It's not a number for this. It's not like an XYZ. It's not a variable. You're not assigning it a name. You're assigning it an actual number that has value. You can't really do that for mathematical equations, but go for it, buddy. At least I don't think you can. I'm only in calculus, so I'm not doing too good in it, but we're just gonna go for it. I'm pretty sure you cannot assign an actual value different from the value of the object, since what is this measuring? Velocity or something? You can't assign a value that's different from the actual value of the object and pretend to do the little math with that. That's just going to give you some random thing. Look, this guy got 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1. That's objectively wrong. I think we're all smarter than him. What do you mean relativity? Math isn't relative. Every little math problem we do, we are viewing things objectively from an outside perspective and adding them together. It doesn't matter if 1 can't see 7. We add them together, we still get 8 because we're the ones assigning them values. We're the ones adding them together. 1 isn't assigning 7 a value. This guy tried to be smart, but he's actually, I don't know what he's doing. Nice to know he got vaccinated after the first movie. Nice to know some Reddit neckbeard is forcing his political vaccination views on a movie that has nothing to do with that. I'm all for expressing your political beliefs, but don't do that on r/movies. Seriously, I didn't click on this post to see you're preaching your position. With my intellect, I really can't afford to have my brain's memory occupied by comments like those. You should come up with a better argument if you're that smart. What the heck is this? Just saying don't do it? Hey, don't do that. I don't like it. I'm the smartest, so you can't do that. Dude, just, if you have an argument, put it in there. Guess who didn't have an argument? It was you. You failed. Goodbye. When I was 8, my 3rd grade class had a contest to see who could read the most pages in a 6-week period. My highly literate and extremely competitive butt went home and found the biggest book I could, which was a dictionary, and read the entire thing. I won. Okay, just because you read the dictionary, it doesn't mean you're smart. For example, me. I read the dictionary as a kid, not because I wanted to be smart, because I was an absolute idiot. Okay, so essentially, We had a little library class in my elementary school. I don't remember how often we went. It was like once every 3 days or 2 days or like something crazy like that. And we would learn some little things like Dewey Decimal System and stuff, which we don't even need to know anymore. But we'd learn that, and then we'd get some free time to read a book. I was an idiot. I could never remember what book I started reading, couldn't remember the name, couldn't remember where it was. So I'd just go over to the dictionary and start reading it. What do you think I remembered from there? You know what I remember? I remember that periwinkle is a color, a snail, and a flower. That's it. I read so many pages of that thing. That's all I remember. And I was just spouting it to everyone because I thought I was like the smartest kid that I knew. Like periwinkle had like 3 different meanings. I wasn't 6 also. Like just because you read something, it doesn't mean you understand it. This kid's like reading through the dictionary. He's like, yes, I don't get any of this. And then he just start crying because he's 6 and they don't have any emotional stability. To us fast talkers, he talks kind of slow. Fast talkers find the world so incredibly slow. Being asked to talk slowly so others can understand you feels like taking 15 breaths between each word. Get faster brains. r/IAmVerySmart. Also, telling others to get faster brains just shows that your butt spends all day trying to make fun of people who speak normally. Sorry, but just because I want my voice to be heard normally and clearly doesn't mean that you shaming for something as idiotic as this. What? I didn't say I was smart. I said speaking slowly is painful. Don't project that nonsense on me. I'm not smarter than average. Can you talk a bit slower, please? Hits too close to home, man, because I talk fast in real life, and I tried to talk fast for that. I hope it sounds like fast enough to make a severe difference, which I think it did, because it was hard to say fast. I'm the next Eminem. Here we go. Granted, I only studied maybe 2 hours for this, but I was really hoping for more. Midterm. 92 out of 100. I'm sure we all know this one person. Okay, so I knew someone like this, but they weren't actually smart, so they got okay, so AP exams in high school, you get a score out of 1 to 5. If you get a 0, you just didn't show up. If you get a 1, you intended to answer everything wrong. There's no way to get a 1. 2, maybe you just didn't study. 3, didn't study enough. 4, that's totally fine. Most colleges give you credit for the entire course. And 5 is a perfect score. Even though it's a 70%, it's just, it's a hard thing. Okay, so I knew someone who got a 3, but weeks leading up to it, they were bragging about how much they just wouldn't study. They didn't study at all, according to them. And they would just brag about it and just brag about it and just be like, I can't do it. My depression. And I don't mean to make fun of anyone with depression. It is a serious, serious issue that a lot of people do not view properly. This girl didn't have depression, all right? Self-diagnosing. That's a no. So she would just say she couldn't do it because she was depressed and then just, be on her phone all class, wouldn't pay attention in class, that kind of. She was complaining, it's years of life, just complaining about how she got a 3 on the exam. And the rest of us, we did study groups, we really tried. We got 4s and 5s, because we actually tried. And she just complained the whole time, and we were just oh my gosh, if you'd come to a single study session. And she's just my depression. Seriously, if you guys have depression, I'm so incredibly sorry. I would hate to live like that. But she didn't. No, you have to have an actual diagnosis to tell someone that you have a mental illness. And she'd I don't know, she'd make up home remedies and stuff and brag about how sick she was. And there was this, I don't know. I got a phone call at work on Friday from NASA Space Flight Center. They were having trouble printing with thermoplastic polyurethane. I told them to turn the retraction off, turn up the printing temperature, and down the printing speed, and it worked. After I hung up the call, it dawned on me. NASA just called me and asked for my advice. Well, if it didn't dawn on you till you hung up, I guess you're not that smart then, are you? Buddy, what do you have to say about that? My psych professor asked if we've heard of Pavlov. I said, it rings a bell. No one laughed. I'm too witty for this class. Oh no. Dude, if no one laughed, and you think it's because the class just doesn't understand, you're too stupid to understand societal norms. It wasn't funny, alright? It's an overdone joke. Everyone says it. You just stole it from someone else. You're not funny. Children who get less screen time think better, study finds. IDK, I spend my days on my screen, yet I still think better, and please think 10 seconds before you post. Commas, punctuation. Where? There's 1 comma. That's some credit. Swedish teen climate activist nominated for Nobel Prize. My 6-year-old did her senior thesis on quantum physics at Harvard. Nobody's impressed with a 16-year-old talking about a climate that has been changing for 4.5 billion years. Publicity stunt. And let's do a quick little Google search. Youngest Harvard student, not graduate. 14. I think you're a couple of years off there. Also, if this was your kid, he's dead. So, that's a serious achievement. He got a PhD at 18. It wasn't like, oh gosh, senior thesis. No, at 6, look, your brain doesn't even develop for a long time after 6. Like for females, it's around 23, I think. Males, like 27-ish type of thing. A 6-year-old can't even pronounce quantum. All right, let's try to be a little smart. That's another thing. Like these guys, they just think we're all stupid. Like they think the general population is stupid, but they're the ones being entirely idiotic and like portraying themselves as just terrible people. Person got way too personal when I said I cheated in one class when I was in college. Also, I find it hilarious that you needed to cheat to get a psych major, a useless / oversaturated degree that is an utter walk in the park. I am a bio / MLS major, and I've never needed to cheat. It's honestly kind of pathetic. You must feel incredibly lazy / unintelligent if you felt any desire to cheat for a psychology degree. It's not clever nor cunning. You sign a million different papers when you go to college. In those papers, the rules are outlined and detailed. You consent to follow them. Impersonation is not allowed under any educational institution with a shred of integrity. If your college allowed that, then it was probably a terrible one. Your original post was deleted, so I could not refer back to it using normal means, and I really didn't want to dig up archives just to view it. And are you going to cry about being called mentally ill when you called me a KKK member despite having no substantial evidence? Really? Get over yourself. I called you mentally ill because you act like a lunatic. You know your language was extremely misleading and contradictory. If someone is not my friend, I will not refer to them as such. It's that simple. Also, I work with dangerous diseases every day. I currently have a vial of pure concentrated Salmonella, E. coli, and Staphylococcus aureus in the lab right now as we speak. Imagine one of those spilling on your precious made-in-China designer Coach bags. That's what my major revolves around. Microbial life. If you don't like it, too bad. Why bring that in? What is that? Just say staph, okay? Everyone knows what that is. You dummy dum-dum. I can't. Why do you feel the need to write out all this stuff? You don't have any evidence either. This is just speculation. Why? What is the point? Why? You offended someone. They offended you back. And then you came up with all of this? What is going through your brain? This is not a normal reaction. What the heck? Okay, so this person... Ooh. Okay, a little backstory. So this person went on to AITA about some stupid thing they did in college, which involved them cheating. They ended up being called the antagonist there. But this person then contacted them, going through their post history, found out they're Asian, and questioned the achievements of the entire Asian population. So then OP called them part of the KKK. Yikes. Brain 1000 for thinking that a single person of a population represents the entire population and ethnicity. That is a serious leap, my dude. Why would you do this? What on earth? But still, it's chill though, because this stuff is just hilarious. At least this one, entirely online interaction. Like, what the heck? It's not going to bother anyone, and this person's getting a bunch of karma for it, so, why not? It's all Gucci though. It's all good in the end, we gotta keep moving. We gotta remember the majority of humanity is good. Like, you guys, you're not going to go out there today and just kill someone, right? Because you're not bad people. Most of you guys, you just genuinely try to be good people. I think that's all we need to strive for, just try to be good people. That's the thing, just the internet allows some people to go behind kind of a veil and just do other stuff, just act different, because it doesn't have social consequences normally. So they can just say whatever they want. They can pretend to be somewhere else. They can pretend to be smart, because they're not actually smart. But it normally doesn't have real world consequences, so it's fine. People are still good. The world still goes on. So that's going to wrap it up today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you guys did like it. If you did, I'll meet you back here tomorrow. Bye.